Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you all are having a wonderful day wherever you are. I wanted to talk with you today about the snow globe. The snow globe that some people live in. The snow globe of deception that people will live in, that they choose to live in. Sometimes you're with a person that continues to do certain things over and over again and you're trying to figure out why. No matter how much you explain it to them, no matter how much you may show them in black and white, no matter how many times they've continued with a certain behavior that has been non-productive, that has been destructive, they'll continue to be this way. And we're going to talk about the snow globe. Now, some of you that's been on this channel, you know that I've talked with you about, how with God, the world is like a snow globe in his hands, and we live in our reality of the world and how things are, and we cannot see beyond that sometimes. And that takes a close relationship with the Lord to be able to see what's beyond our circumstances and our situations. But now I want to give you an example with a person who is just behaving in a way. Some of you may call them narcissists. There's all sort of medical, psychological terms, etc., etc. And sometimes, as I say, they're just plain misbehaving. They just choose to do wrong and to do evil. And they like to hide behind terms and hide behind the excuses of their childhood and, who took the bologna out their sandwiches, all these different things. But as we get older, you have to realize that we have to take responsibility for our lives. And we also have a responsibility to be able to look back at the cause and effects and even things that people did that was out of our control. We still have to be able to grow from that and move forward. But that's in one of my other videos. You have to check out my playlist and see the wealth of videos that's there. We're going to talk about the snow globe, this reality that people live in, people who are disruptive. They are serial cheaters, serial liars. They are a word that I heard today, provocateur. They are provocateurs. Okay, they provoke situations, and you're with this person. You may be trying to be in a relationship with them. It could be siblings, it may be your parents, it just may be someone that you really care about, a friend, and you're like, what is going on? Why is it that no matter what I'm saying, they're not getting it? Okay, well, a lot of times, guys, they're living in this little snow globe. So the next time you see a snow globe, or you go out and buy yourself one and you look at one, or you pull one up online and take a look at it, and that's going to be able to, that will reveal to you the state, the mind of the person that you're trying to deal with. When you buy a snow globe, there are different themes. You may have one that has a holiday theme. You may have one, there's Paris, and there's a little bench, and there's a little park, and you shake it up, and everything is beautiful in the snow globe. But reality, from where you stand looking, you are in reality. But when you look at the snow globe, you see something that's beautiful. It depends on the theme. There are many different themes. But let's go with sitting in a park in Paris, looking at the Eiffel Tower. There will be the snow globe. That is a beautiful scenario going on in there, but that is not reality. You sit that on your counter at home, and you can shake it up when you want to look at it, and you twist the bottom and you listen to the little music playing, but that's not reality. A lot of times people who behave this way, they're living in their own snow globe of deception, their own snow globe of deception, a reality that they have created based on their hardening of their hearts. They refuse to learn truth. They refuse to be taught, corrected. They don't want to listen to any reason. They cannot, let me do this 1 second. Okay. They cannot, and they refuse to take any counsel. They cannot and refuse to apologize whenever they do anything wrong. Excuse me. They are disruptive. They are troublemakers. And what begins to happen, a lot of times people who spend their lives deceiving people end up fooling themselves, because sometimes they even begin to believe their own lies. And so they're living in this snow globe. They've told themselves lies. They've told so many lies that they've painted themselves in a corner that they have to live a lie. And so when you're telling the truth and you're speaking to them about the reality, they're going to stay in their snow globe of deception. They want to stay in this place where they can blame everybody else. When you're trying to show them the facts of a situation that has happened, they're going to go, they're in the snow globe. Okay? And they will try to bring you into this world. They will try, and they may have succeeded for a while in having you believe that you're the cause of certain things, and it is because of what happened to them and why they cannot behave and why they cannot commit and why they continue to betray you as a friend and why they continue to be disloyal to you as a family member, or hateful or bitter or violent, because they choose to live in a snow globe of deception. So they're in there, trapped in themselves, trying to suck you in to this place that's vast yet limited at the same time. And so you're in reality shouting through this glass that they're living in, hey, your behavior is not right. What you're saying is not true. Why did you do this? And because there's a glass, if you imagine the snow globe just keeping them encapsulated in their deception and in their behavior, they cannot or refuse to face reality. This is why, guys, you have to remain prayerful, because the Bible tells us to guard our heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. Well, a person who may have gone through certain things in their life, if they choose to just immerse themselves in disappointment and hurt and pain, they will find themselves being isolated in their own mind. And what do? They step into their own snow globe that becomes their prison. But they like it there because they get to set up all the decor and how they want things to be. And so as you look at it, it looks so pretty sitting there, but it's an illusion. It's not reality. You are, in fact, living in reality. You are, in fact, seeing things clearly. The Lord will open up your eyes and show you the reality of this person. And it will be so disappointing and at times scary even. And you cannot believe this person, someone who may be successful in life, someone may have a platform, a person that may have a large following, a person that has a high level of education, a person that you were raised with, a person who may have given birth to you, a person who you loved, who put a ring on your finger, you will realize shockingly the way they think and how they just absolutely refuse to change and to face reality. And you may want to jump in and save them, but you're not, because they already have it fixed in their heart. The things that may have happened to them in their lives, they didn't guard their heart, right? And so they may have had some hurt, pains, disappointments, or sometimes they didn't. Sometimes they were just overprivileged and they're used to getting away with things. They've lied to people, they've fooled people in the past, and they expected to be able to do the same thing with you. And out of it comes the issue of life. What's in the heart is going to come out of the mouth. I'm not talking about moments where you get mad and you may say something. It can happen. But what a person does consistently is who they are. It is their character trait. They're people, they are known for certain behaviors. There are people in your family, they're known for being the hothead. There are people in your family that are known for being the man stealer. There are people who have known for being, a person that's they are known for being violent. They're known for being a swindler. They're known for being a flirt. There's so many things. They're known for being the peacemaker. All those things are character traits that's consistent. And who you are consistently, okay? Who you are consistently most of the time and how a person behaves is who they are. And they don't want to face it. So it's important to guard your heart. It's important to guard your mind. And most importantly out of anything is when God reveals a person to you, when he shows you and he shows you who they are, believe it. Don't allow yourself to be pulled into that illusion and into that lie. Don't think, well, you can't beat them, join them. You go sit on that little park bench in Paris in the snow globe of deception, believe in whatever to keep the peace. Some of you may have done that. I know I've done that in my life before, just to keep the peace. You know this is not the way things should be. You know the behavior is not okay. But because you want to keep the peace, just like most of us who has bought or seen a snow globe, you want to go in that little world. It's so beautiful. And sometimes for the sake of the relationship, for the sake of just keeping that person around, the sake of just having them in your life, you're willing to go along with it. But what makes a snow globe beautiful? You shake it up. And sometimes things needs to be shaken up. As a matter of fact, it needs to be broken. That deception. But nobody can do that but that person. So the reality is you're outside looking in. You finally wake up. At some point you were in there just going along with it. You grew up. God opened your eyes. And then you're on the outside looking in at someone and you cannot imagine, is this my brother? Is this my sister, my aunt, my uncle, my husband, my wife, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my best friend, my grandparent, the matriarch of the family? Because your eyes are opening up, has opened up. And it's hard to believe and it's hard to grasp and it's easier to doubt yourself. They're stuck in themselves. They're in their snow globe of deception. And you're on the outside. You're in reality. You're walking in wisdom. You're walking in understanding. You're willing to learn. You're willing to be taught. You're willing to self-reflect. And because you're willing to self-reflect and more than likely have always been the one to always reflect and consider yourself is why you grew in wisdom and you outgrew the ties and you were able to break beyond the chains that they used to have on your mind and your heart. So what happens? You go into a store, you walk into a Target, or you walk into a Nordstrom, you see a beautiful snow globe. You look at it, you admire what's inside. You may even shake it. But what do? You put it back and you walk away, right? Other times you buy it. But for the sake of this teaching, where I want to wrap up here, you put it back. And that's the thing with people like that. You have to let them go. They have to be willing to step out of that. You can't convince them of the reality outside of what they want to believe about themselves. And sometimes most times, they are very much aware of what you're saying. They're very much aware that they are wrong. They're very much aware that their behavior is unseemly. They're very much aware that what they're doing is not the right thing. But guess what? They're comfortable where they are. They're going to stay where they want to stay. And a lot of times they only hope that they can convince you enough and they can bogart you enough and they can convince you enough that you are wrong, that you now can no longer see what's real around you and do what? Go sit on that little park bench of deception within their snow globe. Does this make sense to anyone? I hope it has helped you. Talk to you soon.